Good morning to all. In our last class, we have discussed about the preparation of glucose. So that is from starch as well as from sucrose we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the structure of glucose. So the structure of glucose first was given by Bayer, and that structure is called as open chain structure. So we can write that one. We will call that one as open chain structure of glucose, and that was given by Bayer. He said that the open chain structure of glucose, or the glucose structure, consisting of one aldehydic group, four secondary alcoholic groups, and one primary alcoholic groups. So Bayer said the open chain structure of glucose consisting of one aldehydic group, two secondary alcoholic group, and one primary alcoholic group. So in this, how the structure will look like, we shall see. So the structure of glucose is in this form. So this is what aldehydic group, and this is what called as secondary alcoholic groups. And how many secondary alcoholic groups it is? 4 secondary alcoholic groups. And this one is primary alcoholic group. So this is aldehydic, okay. This is primary alcoholic group. So when you consider primary alcoholic group here, so primary alcohol, because so OH group is an alcoholic group. So this OH group is attached to the carbon, and that carbon is attached to only one carbon atom. So that's why this alcoholic group is called as primary alcoholic group. Likewise, we have OH group here. So this can be written as, so we can write the same thing as CHO, CHOH, 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 and then CH2OH. This is what this exactly means. This is our aldehydic group, and you can observe this OH group is attached to a carbon, and that carbon is attached to only one carbon atom. So this alcohol is called as primary alcoholic group. Whereas the remaining 4, if you check, so OH group is there and it is attached to a carbon. This carbon is attached to 2 different carbon atoms. Likewise, if you consider this one, OH group is there. This carbon is attached to 2 different. Likewise, if you consider this one, OH is there and the carbon is attached to 2 different. This one, 2 different carbon it is attached. So we can say that all these 4 are secondary alcoholic groups. Secondary alcoholic groups. I hope it is clear. So what is primary and what is secondary? So primary is nothing but so the carbon which is attached to only one carbon atom, and secondary is nothing but the carbon or the functional group attached to the carbon, and that carbon is attached to 2 different carbon atoms. So likewise, open chain structure of glucose consists of one aldehydic group, 4 secondary alcoholic groups, and 1 primary alcoholic groups. So we'll this structure was given by Bayer, but now further what we are going to do is, so we are going to deduce, we are going to prove that these, whatever the structure given here is correct. So that is being proved by using some evidences. Which are those evidences? The evidences are nothing but they are the chemical reactions. By using some chemical, by doing some chemical reactions, so with the help of product, we are going to prove that all these things, whatever we said for an open structure, that is exactly true. Okay, so this is being called as this whatever this method, or whatever whatever the reactions we are going to do, and from that we are going to deduce the structure. It is being called as structural elucidation. So we are doing structural elucidation of glucose now. Okay, so now first point in that. So first point in that is molecular formula. Molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. C6H12O6. Next, second one. Now we are going to prove that, so the glucose consisting of 6 carbon atoms. So in yesterday's class we have discussed. So glucose is an aldohexose. So that is aldohexose means, aldohexose it is. Aldohexose means it consists of aldehyde group and it consists of 6 carbon atoms. So 6 carbon atoms are there and an aldehyde group is also there. So 6 carbon atoms, and we are going to prove now all these 6 carbon atoms are present in a straight chain itself. So that is what the second point is, a straight chain. Straight chain. So for this straight chain, we are going to do an reaction now. So that is on continuous heating. On continuous heating with hydrogen iodide, it forms N-hexane. It forms N-hexane. So the formation of N-hexane indicates that all the 6 carbon atoms in a glucose are present in an continuous straight chain. Reaction also we shall see. So glucose, we are going to write it in this form now. Glucose, CHO, CHOH, and it is 4 times CH2OH. Okay, it is being heated with HI, prolonged heating, or we say that continuous heating for a longer time. This is being converted as CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. That is we can name it as N-hexane. So N-hexane indicates that the compound consisting of 6 carbon atoms, and all the 6 carbon atoms are in a straight chain. All of them are in a straight chain. I hope it is clear. So follow this one. So straight chain, they are present. Okay. So we'll move on to the next reaction now. Third one, that is the presence of carbonyl carbon. Presence of carbonyl group, or we can say that presence of aldehydic group also. So aldehydic group or aldehyde group. Aldehydic group. Next. So this is being shown by using two reactions. So we are going to show the same thing by using a reaction. So that is the first reaction. Glucose reacting with the hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. This is an important reaction. Reacts with hydroxylamine. And what is that formula of hydroxylamine? NH2OH. To form, what it forms? To form an oxime. The compound formed is oxime. Okay. So this is the first reaction. We'll write the reaction. CHO, CHOH 4 times, CH2OH. So it is being treated with NH2OH. This is a hydroxylamine. If it is being treated with NH2OH, then we are going to get the compound as a CH double bond NOH. And it is CHOH 4 times CH2OH. So this is our glucose. This is our glucose and this is our oxime. So this indicates oxime. If at all an hydroxylamine, if it is being treated with the carbonyl group, then only aldehydic group, then only we are going to get oxime. So likewise, we have one more reaction. So that is glucose reacting with glucose reacts with HCN to form cyanohydrin. So we shall see that reaction. CHO CHOH 4 times CH2OH. This is our glucose. It is been reacting with the HCN and we are going to get the compound as CHOH CHOH 4 times and it is CH2OH. Okay, so this is what our compound is. Next, so listen how we are going to get this cyanohydrin, how the reaction takes place. We shall see. We'll write the name here first. Cyanohydrin. This is our glucose. So aldehydic group, let me write aldehydic group here. C double bond O and it is H. It is bonded to the other carbon atoms. The carbon chain is continued here. So it is being treated with the HCN. It is H plus CN minus. HCN dissociates as H plus and CN minus here. Okay. Next. So carbonyl group it is. We know that oxygen is more electronegative when compared to carbon atom. So that's why the bonded pair of electron is going to shift on oxygen atom. If it shifts on oxygen, oxygen gets a negative charge, carbon gets a positive charge. Then negatively charged oxygen attracts the positively charged hydrogen atom. And positively charged carbon atom attracts the negatively charged CN minus towards its side. So here negative is there, It is attracting the positive part. Carbon is positive, so it is attracting the negative part. So you can observe the bonded pair is going to shift on oxygen because because oxygen is more electronegative in nature. So because of which the bond is broken, double bond has been broken. So we can write that one H as it is here, C this as it is. So it is the bonded pair is going to shift on oxygen. That means that only one bond is remaining. Oxygen, it is shifted, so that's why on oxygen negative charge came. So negative charge is being nullified by positively charged hydrogen. It becomes OH here. Likewise, carbon is positively charged. This is being attracted towards Cn minus. Cn minus is going to form an bond with it. Plus and minus gets nullified and a bond is being formed. So that is what carbon with the cyanide Cn minus group also, as well as hydroxyl group also, or OH minus OH group also. So that's how the compound CH, OH and Cn, cyanohydrin, is formed. I hope it is clear. So the formation of oxime with NH2OH and the formation of cyanohydrin with the reaction with HCN indicates the presence of a carbonyl group in the glucose. Next reaction. So in this next reaction, so here in both the cases, that is either in case of NH2OH or HCN, in both the cases we have determined and we have suggested that the presence of carbonyl group only. Carbonyl group is nothing but C double bond O group only we have suggested. Now in the next reaction, that is the last reaction, we are going to show that so the carbonyl group, that is C double bond O group, is not an ketonic, it is an aldehydic group we are going to prove. I hope it is clear. So here we are going to show the evidence for. This is the evidence for aldehydic group. Okay, aldehydic group. The above two indicates carbonyl group. Evidence of a carbonyl group it indicates. I hope it is clear. So now what we are going to do is we are going to treat this. The glucose is undergoing an oxidation now. So glucose gets oxidized, or it undergoes oxidation. Oxidized with a mild oxidizing agent. With a mild oxidizing agent, that is bromine water. Bromine water gives gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. So what is this gluconic acid? Gluconic acid is carboxylic, 6-carbon carboxylic acid. I'll write that one. So it is a 6-carbon carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid consisting of 6 carbon atoms, 6-carbon carboxylic acid. So we shall go through the reaction also. So how it is undergoing reaction and what it is forming exactly we shall see. CHO, CHOH 4 times. This is our glucose. CH2OH. So if it is being oxidized or it is undergoing oxidation in presence of an mild oxidizing agent, that is bromine water, then it will be converted as acid. So this is our gluconic acid. So here observe, so aldehyde is there. Aldehyde or ketone undergoes oxidation to give carboxylic acid. Both aldehyde also as well as ketonic group also, both will undergo oxidation and it will give rise to carboxylic acid only. But the thing is, when you consider aldehyde, so aldehyde is monovalent. Yesterday we have discussed. So that is present at the end of the carbon chain like this. It is present at the end of the carbon chain. But ketonic group is not like that. Ketonic group is present in the carbon chain, in the middle of the carbon chain. So when you consider aldehydic group, so aldehydic group, if it is being oxidized, a mild oxidizing agent is sufficient to convert that one as carboxylic acid, because there is no bond breakage. There is no bond breakage. Only this part, only the aldehydic part has to be oxidized and it will be converted as carboxylic acid. But when you consider ketone, if it has to be oxidized, then the bond has to be broken. So you can observe here either this bond or this bond. Either the one bond has to be broken and then only this will be converted as carboxylic acid like this. Okay, so to break the bond, we need a strong oxidizing agent. We need a strong oxidizing agent. Okay, but here there is no bond breakage. Directly it will be converted as carboxylic acid. So even it's with the mild oxidizing agent is also sufficient. Not also, it is sufficient to convert that one as carboxylic acid. I hope it is clear. That is the difference. So in this in this particular reaction, we are just proving that whatever the carbonyl group is there, that is an aldehydic group. So if we are using mild oxidizing agent to be converted as carboxylic acid, it should be an aldehyde itself. Mild oxidizing agent cannot convert ketonic group to carboxylic acid because the oxidation of ketone involves the bond breakage there. So to do the bond breakage, we need a strong oxidizing agent itself. So that is an very important point to be noted here. So that's why, so in this particular reaction, so mild oxidizing agent is the very important thing. So mild oxidizing agent like bromine water indicates or gives rise to gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. I hope it is clear. So that mild oxidizing agent converts the carbonyl group into a carboxylic acid. That means that the carbonyl group should be an aldehydic group itself. Next one, fourth one, that is the presence of 5-hydroxyl group. Presence of 5-hydroxyl. Hydroxyl is nothing but 5 OH groups. 5 OH groups. So for this reaction, what we are going to do is we are going to do an acetylation with acetic anhydride. So on acetylation, we'll write first explanation. On acetylation with acetic anhydride, glucose gives a pentaacetate. pentaacetate. This pentaacetate group is going to prove that the compound consisting of 5 OH groups. Which are those 5 OH groups? So in our in the beginning only we have studied, that is you can observe here in this compound and this structure, 4 OH here and 1 OH here, total 5 OH groups. So this is what we are going to prove now. So it consists of 5 OH groups. So that is by using acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride we are going to consider. So we shall see how the reaction takes place. So it is CHO, CHOH 4 times, and it is CH2OH. Our glucose acetic anhydride is CH3CO twice O, and it is 5 times we are going to take it. So it is acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride. It is being converted as CHO, CHO, C double bond O, CH3 by CH2O, C double bond O, CH3, and this is 4 times again. This is 4 times again. Along with this one, we have one more product, that is 5 molecules of CH3COOH. That is acetic acid is being formed. Acetic acid is also formed here. I hope it is clear. So, and glucose treated with the acetic anhydride giving rise to an glucose pentaacetate. So we can write the name as glucose pentaacetate and an byproduct as acetic acid. So how this reaction takes place, we shall see. So that is glucose pentaacetate. We can write the name also. I'll write the name above. Glucose pentaacetate. Glucose pentaacetate. This is what this compound, and this is acetic acid. So we shall see how the reaction takes place now. So we have this group. I'll take this one, CHOH only. So we'll write it CHO here, CH and bonded to OH. It is bonded to CHOH. 4 times it is there. 4 times. Okay. Next. Acetic anhydride, when you write, it is CH3C double bond O. That is CH3CO. Okay. CH3 double bond O. 2 times it is given. That is CH3C double bond O. And commonly both the groups are bonded to oxygen. That is what called anhydride. That is what indicates anhydride. I hope it is clear now. So how the reaction takes place, we shall see how the bond is going to break now. So here we have OH group. This dissociates as OH minus H plus. O minus H plus. Here also O minus H plus. Okay. I hope it is clear. So here in the acetic anhydride, it is 5 molecules are there. So 5 molecules of acetic anhydride. So here what happens? So this bond is similar to this bond because we can see C double bond OO, C double bond OO here. Okay. So here what happens is either you can break this bond or this bond. So that is we are not breaking actually. So because of the influence of this negative and positive charges, the bond between the carbon and oxygen is becoming weak. Why it is becoming weak is, so the bonded pair is there. So it due to this double bond with oxygen atom, oxygen is slight negative in nature and carbon is slight positive in nature. I hope it is clear. Oxygen is more electronegative in nature, so that's why it is getting a negative charge, and carbon is slight positive because of the electronegativity difference between the carbon and oxygen. There is a slight positive and slight negative charge generated. So because of the slight positive charge is generated, and here also we have oxygen atom. Oxygen is more electronegative in nature once again. So the bond becomes weaker. So here either this bond will be broken or this bond. In both the condition, both the conditions or situations are same here. It is C double bond O, C double bond O. Either the bond will be broken. So here it is positively charged, because of which it is going to drag the electrons of this bond. Since oxygen is also more electronegative, the bond will be broken in such a way that the bond here, it is going to break in such a way that oxygen will get a negative charge. This carbon permanent positive will be generated. When it was only electronegativity difference, so at that time a slight positive was generated. But now the bond has been completely broken and the bonded electrons has been shifted to oxygen now because of its more electronegativity. So it is getting a negative charge and it is getting a positive charge here now. So here the negatively charged one is going to the negatively charged. We have 5 molecules such. So 5 CH3COO minus groups are there. So 5 CH3 C double bond O C plus groups are there. So this plus groups gets attracted towards the O minus. This positively charged carbon getting attracted towards O minus. Likewise, this positively charged hydrogen getting attracted towards O minus of this one. Okay. So this is positively charged carbon O minus, H plus, O minus. Then we are going to get the product as, so it is CHO, CH, it is O minus, combines with this one, combines with the carbon, combines with a positively charged carbon, bonded to C, and it is CH3. I hope it is clear. The same thing is going to happen for this OH group also. So 5 are there, 4 will be bonded here and 1 will be bonded here. Likewise, the remaining part, what it is the remaining part? So it is CH3, C double bond O already there, and that has been bonded. Just a minute, not this one. CH3, C double bond O, O minus is already there. That O minus combines with the H plus. Okay. So this I have not completed here because the reaction is already given above, and this is what the reaction is. So 4 molecules, 4 O minus is there. 4 such molecules will be bonded here and 1 will be bonded here. Likewise, 5 CH3COO minus have been generated. So 4 H plus from here, 1 H plus from here. Total 5 H plus been combining with this one, and it is going to form 5 acetic acid groups.